answer.
Could you please introduce yourself to the jury?
My name is Corporal Jensen. Work with the Chatham County Police Department right now.
And how long have you been with the Chatham County Police Department?
About over 6 years.
And what is your current assignment at the Chatham County PD?
Just basic routine patrol.
When did you join the police department?
Chatham or just in general?
Well, were you with any other police department before Chatham County?
I started with Savannah Chatham Metropolitan Police Department back in October of 2016.
And is that before the Savannah Chatham Metropolitan Police Department split into the Savannah Police Department? And the
Correct.
Chatham
It was
County
still
Police
at a merged department at the time.
Okay. So after the demerger, you went with Chatham County Police?
A few months after the merger, went over to Chatham County PD.
Did you serve in the military before joining the police force?
I did, sir.
And can you tell us your branch of service?
I was in the Army.
And what was your military occupational specialty?
Cavalry Scout, which is basic reconnaissance, 2 3-man mission teams, go out, seek, and inform.
And what years were you on active duty in the Army?
From 2003 to 2015.
Sometime not too long before you joined the police?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's your current assignment, did you say? Did you say what watch you're on?
I'm on the routine patrol division on Alpha Watch on the west side Chatham precinct.
Alpha Watch is the same thing as A Watch?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is that essentially the day shift or something like that?
It's just the call sign in general. You have 4 watches, Alpha Bravo, Charlie Delta, and it's just signed to Alpha Watch.
What hours do you typically work?
5:30 to 1700 on day shift, and then to 1800, and then 1730 to 06 on night shift.
Okay. What particular beat are you assigned to?
It's on numerical basis, and I'm in beat 7, which pretty much goes from Ageechee Road near 516 all the way up to the Berwick area, Lamarville, South Bridge, all the area right in between those 2 areas.
Does beat 7 include the Gerard Buckhalter neighborhood?
It does, sir.
I'm not saying Gerard right. Is it Gerard or Gerard?
Everyone pronounces it differently. Gerard, Garriard. I've heard it 15 different ways.
Okay. I'd like to draw your attention to October 5 of 2022, specifically the morning of that day, okay?
Yes, sir.
Were you working in beat 7
Yes,
Alpha
sir.
Watch that day?
Yes, sir, I was.
And did you respond along with Sergeant Stewart, Officer Voss, and Officer Gormley to a missing child call at 535 Buckhalter Road?
Yes, sir.
Now, you guys didn't all arrive in the same vehicle, did you?
No, sir.
But did you all arrive at substantially the same time, like within a few seconds of each other?
Sergeant Stewart was on scene first, and then myself and Officer Voss arrived right around the same time, and then Officer Gormley came a short time after.
Now, were you present in the driveway for the defendant, Ms. Simon's initial statement to Sergeant Stewart about what was going on and why they had called the police?
I came in right around that time, yes, sir.
Okay. And did Sergeant Stewart task you out with looking in the house for the child?
Yes, sir, you did.
And did you do that?
I did.
Can you describe how that played out? What did you do?
After being tasked to go look around the house, I went inside with permission from I believe the boyfriend at the time, or the brother, one of the 2.
Up on the screen right now, it states Exhibit 3, Slide 2. Is that in the orange reflective vest there, the gentleman who gave you permission to search the house?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyway, go on. I'm sorry to interrupt.
So I was in the the backyard or back patio area. Asked permission to go inside the house, which he granted, and then after that went in, and then basically on the first entry just went through the downstairs area.
Okay. And did you find the child in the downstairs area?
No, sir.
Did you ever go back in the house and look anywhere else?
Yes.
And can you tell us about that, please?
When we went back in the second time with Officer Gormley, we conducted a downstairs and upstairs search through all the bedrooms, closets, just the basic go around the house.
Now, when you were looking in the house on these two different occasions that you were talking about, what were you looking for?
Just for any signs of the child, diapers, anything that would kind of lead us to, or sounds to lead us to where a child may be.
First and foremost, you were looking for the child. Is that
Yes,
right?
sir. Yep.
Okay. Now, at some point, did the fellow on the screen here in the orange reflective vest give you a picture of the child?
Yes, sir, he did.
And why was that?
Just out of basic necessity, so we can give out to other officers, the PIO for the department, just a basic description of what the individual looks like, basic appearance.
And you mentioned a PIO. Is that the Public Information Officer?
Yes, sir.
And what would she do with a picture of a missing child?
I can't. Put it on social media for others to see.
See if anybody had seen him around?
Yeah.
Okay. At some point, shortly after your initial arrival, did you approach the defendant and ask her for a clothing description, what the child had been wearing the last time that he had been seen?
Yes, sir.
And did she give one to you?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember what she said?
It was a Sesame Street pajama top, and then I believe like a blue gym style shorts.
Okay. And did you have a body worn camera on that day?
I did.
And did it record that interaction?
Yes, sir.
And your other involvement at the scene?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you arrived initially, and she approached Sergeant Stewart and gave this initial kind of blast of information.
Yep.
She said something to the effect of the door having been open, right?
Yep. Yes,
Did
sir.
you go and look at the front door to see what it looked like?
I did.
And at some point after doing that, did you go ask for her, the defendant, for some clarification on what the exact state of the door was at the time that she woke up and saw it open?
Yes, sir, I did.
And why did you go ask her for that clarification?
Just further knowledge, see if it was, really basically if it was kicked in, broken in, how was it opened, if it was locked, unlocked.
Did you see any of that stuff in the door frame, any damage or anything like that?
I did not, sir.
Okay.
Everything appeared as a door should be.
And other than those interactions with the defendant and searching through the house, what was the remainder of your involvement at the scene? What did it consist of?
So after the basic 15-20 minutes there, did the two searches of the house, I was tasked to walk on to pretty much search around the wooded area, can't remember the cardinal direction, pretty much behind the property in the woodline there going towards Veterans Parkway.
Okay. Did you find anything back there?
No, sir, no signs of any disturbance or evidence.
And were you eventually released by Sergeant Stewart or Lieutenant Foster to resume your normal patrol duties?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'd like to approach with what I've marked as State's Exhibit 4 now, please.
Yes, Mr. Hilliard.
I've seen it, Judge.
Okay, so are you seeking to admit that?
Well, I need to lay a foundation.
Go ahead, please.
I've just handed you a disc marked as States Exhibit 4. Does that disc contain your body-worn camera footage from that day?
Yes, sir.
And how do you know that's what's on it?
Reviewed the footage and then signed, initial, and dated.
And does the footage on that disc fairly and accurately depict the events that you were involved in at the scene that day?
Yes, sir.
Does it appear to have been altered or modified in any way?
No, sir.
Your Honor, I would offer this as State's Exhibit 4.
Objection, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
I'm going to publish just a couple of brief excerpts, Your Honor. The first will be on the timestamp in the top right corner of the file from 09:58 and 2 seconds. And I will note for the record when I stop the playback, this will be about 20 seconds.
What was your son last wearing?
He was wearing Sesame Street, like the jumper shirt, and I'm wearing black shorts, and black jeans shorts.
What's your son's name?
All right. So I think I asked you earlier about the clothing description, and I recall you saying blue shorts. Having watched that, do you want to revise that answer?
Yeah, it was the red or black shorts.
Red.
I mean, I'm bad with colors just in general, but yeah, it was gym style shorts. So.
Okay. The next bit that I will publish is starting at 10:02:53.
Now, how open was the door? Just about a foot.
But open enough that I could, I see that open my eyes, I can see it on top of the house.
And I've stopped the playback at 10:03:14 per the timestamp. One moment, please, Your Honor. No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Hilliard.
Officer Jensen, how long were you on scene that day?
I don't know an actual full-time amount.
Just best guess.
I don't believe no more than an hour,
So you just out there for an hour?
give or take.
Okay. And again, but while you were there for that hour, you conducted 2 searches of the houses and at least 1 search of the wood line, correct?
Yes, sir.
And when you said you searched in the house, did you go through the entire house?
Me and Gormley kind of broke it up. So I personally didn't go through the entire every inch of the house. But he took a little bit, I took a little bit.
All right, what was the part you took then?
A little bit of the downstairs. I mean, it was a maze to begin with. Some of the downstairs, north of the downstairs, I'm not really too sure. And then a few bedrooms on the upstairs and closets.
All right, well, let's talk about the downstairs. The front door that you walk in is I guess that's the one that's facing Buckhalter Road,
Yes, sir.
okay? And when you walk in, you immediately see the couch, and TV screen, and all that area, correct?
If you're walking in, you have the crib right next to the door. And then to the left, the couch. And then TV on the other side.
if you walk further back into the house, does it go back around to another part of the house?
Yes, yes, sir.
And does it go around to the back side of the house?
Eventually.
And how's that laid out? Is it a maze?
Yeah, it's a complete maze on the inside there. I know they're doing construction, so there's, walls everywhere and kind of, you don't go left when you go right kind of thing.
Well, let me ask you this, but I'm assuming it's a house, right?
Yeah.
It has windows.
Yes, sir.
The front door's not the only door, is it?
No, sir.
Is there another door?
The back door.
Where's that back door go to?
It's the back patio area.
Okay. And was that back door unlocked or open?
It was open. It was unlocked, yes, sir.
Okay. And whenever you went, I guess, worked your way downstairs, did you notice anything of any importance?
No, sir.
Contraband,
No, sir.
weapons,
No, sir.
biological material.
Not necessarily, sir.
Okay. So you went through and searched the house twice, right?
Yes, sir.
You go upstairs and search as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I assume you went outside and searched the outside areas as well.
Yes, sir. And the one.
And you're the only one searching, or the other people are searching too?
There's a few of us that was. Are you talking about inside or outside?
Both.
I know me normally did the inside. I can't say anyone else came in that I trust. And then on the back, there's several officers looking over the line.
Okay. And again, I know you're only there for a short time, but I'm just talking about what you saw. There were a number of officers searching both inside and outside. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's safe to say that over that period of time, as time wore on, more people came, or
Yeah, more people. Officers came.
so the numbers of people walking around doing the searching in and out of the scene increased over the time you were there, not decreased. And if you remember, and if you don't, that's fine too. Have a forensic tech showed up yet, or no?
No, sir.
So these are all officers, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And not forensic technicians or people who are trained to collect evidence?
No, sir.
All questions. Thank you, Officer Jensen.
Do you need me to redirect?
One moment.
Thank you.
No further questions, John.
Any reason why this witness cannot be excused?
Your Honor.
Just